Hi guys, next up is the Peaceful Journey mini printable album in my Artisan Series mini album kits, I guess is what they are. I'll show you the pages really quick. Here's the two covers. You can use either one for front and back, either way. And then the liner pages. And then there is one of the pages with journaling lines. There's another one, the mountains. Remember, these are images from my paintings. So this painting is a 16 by 20 painting. There's one, and then there's a pocket. Oops, upside down. There's a pocket page, and then the insert that goes with that. And then there's the keepsake envelope here, and then a couple inserts, and then the pocket that goes into. And then there's an additional pocket right there, and then there is the closure, and then a photo mat and a couple labels. And then there's a pocket there, cute little pocket, and two inserts that go inside of that pocket. And then there is just a journaling page, distressed journaling page, and then the two liner or backing, or what would you call them? Background journal pages that you could use on the back side. You can print them on the back side of any of your pages if you didn't want to have the white back. So yeah, that's it. So you get the pink and the vintage one. And for this journal, we're going to make, get them out of the way here. We're going to make a, hold on, sorry, stretching across. We're going to make a binder ring one, and I'm going to show you how to make these covers. This is one of the, when I printed this out, it was on the wrong setting, so some of these pages are really, really super bright. Let me find one. I mean, it's so obvious. Like, see, that's the normal pink, and then there's a super bright. You probably can't even tell from the lighting, but I can. Whoops, a tag just fell out of something somewhere. There's one. See, that's not supposed to be that pink, but I don't want to waste anything, and since I'm the one that messed that up, I'm just going to go ahead and use them. So this is what we're going to be making this time. So I'm going to show you how to make the covers. I'm going to show you a few different little things, and I'm going to show you how to cut out some of the pages. But first, I'm going to show you how to do the cover because it needs some time to dry. So I've already got some of it prepared here. I've already cut out, this is the liner page, and then there's the back cover. What's this template for? Huh. Oh, that's for another journal. Sorry. Alright, so then I've got a piece of chipboard here that is 6 inches wide by 7 3/4 inches tall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, which I probably should have done already, but I'm just going to see how it's not a very good print. I don't know how, let me focus and make sure I'm focused. I don't know if you can see, it was a bad print. I just had it on the wrong settings. Apparently it makes a difference with a laser printer, what you got it set on, like what type of paper you're telling it to use or to print on. So I had it on like a transparency or something, I don't know. Alright, so you just wiggle, wiggle. See, there's even a pink strip down here where the ink didn't. Hey, it's a learning curve. I mean, you know, what do you do? It's a new printer, and I gotta learn it. So I'm just gonna use it anyway. I'm just gonna use the prints anyways. That would be very wasteful if I just tossed them. Okay, it doesn't take but a second. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down on here. You know what I'm going to do? No, I'm not. I'm just going to hold it on there, and then I'm going to literally take my Tim Holtz scissors, and I'm just going to like roughly trim around it, leaving like 1/8 of an inch of a border. or more. It doesn't really matter. Just like that. And when you got these heavy duty scissors, this is like a medium weight chipboard. Well, you can also use recycled materials, you know, like the pad, the back cardboard on like a pad of watercolor paper, or you can glue a couple cereal boxes together for the thickness. It doesn't have to be thick, but this will definitely be sturdy. But you definitely need some heavy duty scissors to cut through the thicker chipboard. So that didn't take but a second. You all have seen me do this type of cover before, the same technique, and it's really simple. All we have to do now is, I'm going to take some Tim Holtz Vintage Photo Distress Stain, and I'm just going to go around the edges. Just what's going to be showing. When I cut the liner page out, I wanted to point this out because it's smaller than the actual. Let me find it and I'll show you what I mean. And see, I just cut, see how it's the prints? This is a good print and this is a bad print. But I just cut out, I took the outer pink border page part, but whatever. I just cut out that part because if I would have cut it out completely, it wouldn't have fit inside what I just trimmed out. So I need to make sure that whichever side I'm going to use, I've got it all covered. Let me put some more ink on there. Just like that. So that way when I put it on there, it'll be good. Okay. So that's how I got the dark border all the way around. It's just by doing that inking. And then we're going to take some Ranger's Multi-Matte Medium. I should probably dry that a little bit. Let me dry it and I'll be right back. Alright, I got that dry. Now we're going to take some of the Multi-Matte Medium. And the first thing we want to do is we want to seal seal the chipboard so that it doesn't warp or anything too bad. And I'm using a really 3/4 of an inch cheap paintbrush. I was trying to see what kind of, it doesn't really say. It says it's for acrylic, but I guess it's a synthetic bristle, but see how long they are, and I think it helps with the matte medium to not have streaks in it, that I've discovered anyways. It seems to be smoother. So all we want to do is get it covered. Oh, I forgot to before I put this is the inside, the liner part, I'm going to ink these edges real quick with Archival ink and coffee. Okay. And then you want to make sure that there's a good coat of it in the center here. And I'm going to stick this down on here. I'm going to try to put it in the center. Even though it's cut real crazy cattywonked. We'll try. And then I'm going to get a flat card of some sort here. And I'm going to smush it down. I mean, you don't have to really do this part. You can just smooth it down and then go right over top of it with some more, because it's not going to get wet. Well, I mean, it might. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do with your book now, do I? Alright, then you want to go over top with another coat. Like that. And you want to keep going over it a few times just to make sure. The streaks will show more over top of the paper than they do the chipboard. I don't know why, not really. But this brush so far is the best one I've found for less streaking. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute before we do the other side. I did want to show you these eyelets right here. Do you see those? The ring, the binder rings are 7 gypsy binder rings, and they're kind of like a antique gold, or I don't know, I guess antique gold. And I didn't have any eyelets that color. I've ran out of them. So what I did, I thought I would show you, is I started with this color right there, which is not even close to gold. And I added some alcohol inks. I added latte and gold mixture, and I squirted it on top there and then dabbed it, and then they turned into that. So I just wanted to show you that you can always make do with what you got. So that's what I did. I didn't have any more, and you actually can't really find these. We Are Memory Keepers eyelets, and you can't really find them like just in the store. You can find the small ones usually, but you usually can't find these wide ones, and I like the wide ones. So so I had to make my own. Right? So that they look just like the binder rings. Okay, I'm gonna hurry the drying process along here. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got that mostly dry. So you can't really see very many of the brush strokes, which is really good. So, alright, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to coat it with the multi-matte medium. First. And then add the cover. This is the front. Make sure you want to get all the edges. It just gives it that really old vintage leathery type look. I really like it. And it feels nice too. This matte medium just makes it feel really good in your hands. I'm a really big touchy-feely kind of person, so I haven't inked this yet either, so I'm going to ink this up really quick. Especially since it's not the best print. Oh well. It just adds to the vintagey look of it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to add some more to make sure there's plenty of wet matte medium underneath the cover there. Alright, remember how we cut it out, so I'm going to make sure that I've got it lined up the right way. It was funny when I did the back cover. I didn't have it on there right, and I kept going, why won't this fit? And I had to lift it up a couple times. I was having a terrible time. Well, duh, I just had it backwards. Using this card does help it really get smoothed out and make sure there's no air bubbles. Alright, and then you just want to put a layer over top of that. Make sure you get all those edges. Okay, I'm gonna dry this and I'll be back. Alright, it's dry for the most part. So the next thing we want to do is I need to poke the hose for the eyelets. And I've made myself a template because all the pages are also, you know, going to be the same. So I needed to make sure that when I did that they would all match up. Okay, so obviously this template is shorter, smaller than the cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 7 Gypsy bindery punch, but you can use your Crocodile too and just line it up and poke holes. But since I have it, it's just a 7 Gypsy bindery punch. I'm going to use it because that's what I've already poked the rest of my holes for, the ones I've already prepared. So I'm just going to line up that center mark to the center mark of the bindery punch there. And I'm just going to push the button. Just like that. See? Easy. This thing is wonderful if you make a lot of things with binder rings. But I am going to need my Crocodile to set these eyelets. So you just stick it in there. And squeeze. Squeeze. Just like that. Sorry, the front cover is now done. It's got to dry still a little bit more, so we're just going to leave it aside for a minute. Alright, I'm going to show you about some of the pages. We don't need the liner pages or the covers because we already did that. Where'd the ever cover go? We won't need any of those right now. Let's see, I'll show you that and that. And then I'll show you that. Oh. Alright, well the pages, I did the same as I did the other book. The same as I did this one. Where I just tore the pages. I'm going to do the same thing with these, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. So those will all be torn, but I am going to show you how to put together some of these envelopes and stuff. I've got so many pages everywhere. Alright, let's start with this one. I'm just going to start with cutting out the straight lines. And once again, should I actually show you what paper I used, shouldn't I, just in case? I used this 110-pound white cardstock, and it's from Staples, and it's 8.5 by 11. It's really nice. It works with laser and inkjet printers. So that is the cardstock that I used. I get asked that a lot. Oh, that's what I used for this project in the last video. Alright, I'm just going to cut these straight lines. I got so much ink on my fingers and glue. Oh well, those are happy hands. I didn't cut that out very well, but that's okay. Then I'm going to get my smaller scissors. When you're cutting on a curve, it's better to turn the paper and not your hand, or not your scissors. Oh. I wish I had a better pair of these little baby scissors. I don't even know what brand these are. They're not really my favorite. I'm not super happy with them. And then you can adjust these little tips as you fold it because they might be too long, and it's no big deal. And you just follow the line. If you get out of the line, you just ink it up. Nobody will ever know. So you want to start by folding in the tabs. Oh, did you hear that? That's because I got so much glue on my fingers. And then you want to fold up. Whoa. Yeah. And then I think I am going to cut the tips of these off just a little bit, because it doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt anything. And then you want to fold the flap down. With this really thick paper, it takes a little bit to get it worked. But if you just take your time. Now see here, there where I'm off. I don't know if you can tell that I'm off a little bit, but I'm okay with it. I don't really mind. Doesn't bother me a bit. I just didn't fold it correctly. Okay, so you want to, before you put it together, you want to ink these edges. Let me grab another piece of paper. Unless you print it on the back side. If you could print the journaling pages on the back side, that'd be kind of cool. You may not be able to easily journal on them, but oh well. And then you want to journal. Then you want to ink that edge there. All right, let's put some glue. I'm going to go ahead and close all the envelopes and stuff up because they're going to be in binder rings, so I don't have to sew anything. Goodness. Trying to match the edges up and see if it matters. I've just got glue all over everything. Yeah, I didn't match up very well, but now we're going to ink it. I'm trying to get all these videos made for you guys. I was supposed to do them over the weekend, but my hubby took me out all weekend. My youngest son went to the lake with a friend, so my hubby decided we needed to go out, which was fine with me. So I didn't get any work done. We went to Churchill Downs. We went to a comedy place. What else did we do? We went out to eat a couple times. We just had all kinds of fun. It was good. It was fun. Okay. So there's that envelope. Jeez. And then the insert for that envelope is this one here. And what we're going to do for this one is I'm going to score the fold line there. If you printed the journaling lines on the back side here, you could just fold it and leave it as like a little booklet, little leaflet. Let me cut some of this excess cardstock away so I don't glue it all. Or you can cut it apart, cut it and make two separate inserts. That would be good too. So you basically just want to, glue it together. See how I'm getting glue everywhere? Ugh. This glue is just really, really nice. It grabs fast. It holds well. Oh, I'm using Fabri-Tac Beacon. I feel like I'm rushing and I'm sorry. I don't want the video to be too terribly long, but I want you to see everything. If it's long, I'll do timestamps. I promise. Now I'm gonna get my smaller scissors here. I'm just gonna cut around the edge. Just like that. The only thing about those scissors is when I cut around, I mean, it actually is perfect, but the scissor takes off some of the ink. So I want a better pair of scissors. If anybody can suggest a little pair of the fussy cutting scissors, I'd appreciate it. All right, and then you ink all the edges of this. Like that. And then that goes inside there. Just like that. Alright, there's one envelope. Okay, and then let me show you this, what did I call it? Keepsake pocket. Pocket envelope. It goes together the exact same way that bigger envelope does. And with this one, where is my map? There it is. Whoa, easy. Same thing with like the other one we did with the Way Home printable keepsake pocket. Now this will be the back side of the envelope. So, you know, this one might be, let's fold it first. So this is the part that's going to be open right there. So I can either cut it straight out, but I'm not going to because I like the more jagged look. And you don't even have to cut it all the way, you don't have to cut it all the way perfect. You don't want to. That's just like that. And then you can put a piece of acetate there or plastic. You don't even have to glue it. You could just have it inside there. Let's glue the pocket shut and just have it inside. Just loose. I just want you to see that you don't have to glue it down. Then you can just slide this in there, whoa, like that. I'll finagle it a little bit and then slide it in there. So you don't even have to glue it down, you can just have it inside there, loose. So you can take it in and out easier if you want to. But I forgot to ink it. Yep, I did. Well, that's alright, I'll just do it now. And you don't even have to cut this out at all. You can just leave it just as is. It doesn't have to be a keepsake pocket. It can just be a little mini envelope. Oh. I need to put a new pad on there. It's leaving debris everywhere. Alright, I was going to show you too how to do this pocket. I'm going to show you an example here in just a second. I wanted to tell you the reason I did that. Let me move that. The reason I left this part here is so that, let me find it real quick. Is that one? You can cut it off and then glue it to the paper, to the page, so that way it looks like an envelope just sitting there like that. Or, do I have the other one in here? I thought I had another one. I know I do somewhere. It's not in there. It's over here. It's in this one. Or you can not have it on there and it looks like that, which is super cute too. And then that piece, I just put it over here. Do you see it under there? I just glued it down on one side so that it's like a little side pocket now. So that's pretty cute. So you could use it either way. Either way strikes your fancy. Or you can make up your own way. Hey. But I am going to go ahead and cut it because, or you can just leave it like that and have that as the pocket and it slide up underneath there. I guess there's 3 ways you could use it. Okay. So again, just take your time. Cut it out. And just hang on to the piece because you might decide you want to use it for whatever. You know what, I'm gonna, since it's so delicate right there, I'm gonna go ahead and score these marks. I don't know why. I guess it's so thin it doesn't want to bend easily. There we go, that's better. So then this one goes in there. All right, here are the inserts for this keepsake envelope and pocket. And just do the same thing. You just score it like that. And then glue it and then cut it out. Alright, so there's both of those inserts that go in here. Let's go ahead and put one in here. Yeah, that way. Which way? This way. Oop, got a little carried away with the glue. Like that. And then the keepsake pouch baggie goes in there. And then this goes in here. Okay, you get the idea, right? Okay. And don't forget all the little pieces. Alright, what's next? I showed you how to cut out the pockets in the last video, and then the photo mats, and then there's the closure, but I'm not going to use it on this journal. Oh, let me show you this one. These are the inserts for that. Same thing, score it down the middle, fold it and glue it. If you can leave these corners on this one right here, but it won't fit properly inside this pocket. So you would have to put it somewhere else. But you can also cut it out completely, which I've done both ways. So, but it's the same thing, fold it, score it, fold it in half, glue it, and you have double-sided tags there. So I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I am going to show you this one. So this one, the way this one is meant, they're supposed to be cut here. So The best way to do it is, I think what I'm going to do, what is the best way to do it? I think the best way to do it is to just, I know what the best way to do it is. Good grief. I was drawing a blank there for a second. Alright, I'm gonna score it here. I'm gonna fold it in half. Like that. And then I am going to cut out the top together like this without gluing it. Trying to keep the paper together still. You know, sometimes when you cut multiple things it wants to move, which it probably has, which, okay, whatever. So now they should match up pretty good. Yeah. Let me cut this piece off over here. Alright, so then you just want to go here and trim this piece along that line there. And it's barely attached right there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Barely attached. Alright, I'm going to fold these tabs in. On both top and or bottom and side. Like that. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to glue this piece down right there. So, I don't want to be too generous with the glue. It'll just make a mess. So I'm just going to line that back up and glue it down. Forgot to cut off a little bitty piece. I'll just get that right there. Yeah, just like that. And I'm going to ink this edge real quick. I either need to oh wait a minute, I got this. I need to re-ink my ink pad. Is that how you say re-ink my ink pad? Re-ink my ink pad. And put glue on the flaps. Close it up. Should fit perfectly. And then there's the pocket right there. Alright, and then ink up all these edges. Look, I didn't do that one very good. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that little bitty piece off. You never know. You never know. So I need to re-ink that part over there real quick. Alright. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get everything else ready that I didn't show you how to cut out. And I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to show you what I did over here when I made just a little plain, quick little mini album, just using the same method when I showed you how I made this one right here. It's the same thing. I just wanted to show you some of the different stuff I did. So there's the covers, there's the liner, there's a page. Again, these were sewn, so they weren't glued together until afterwards. There's the insert, and then I had an extra envelope. I don't know. Oh, this was before I finished it. That's a little prototype envelope. That shouldn't be in there. Oh, there it is. There's another page. Then there's the two inserts that go. Wait a minute. Oh, see, I'm confusing myself now. This is the one where I said you could leave the corners or not, or cut them out. That's what it looks like when it's cut out. It's pretty cool looking. Whoa, pretty cool looking. I really did confuse myself for just a minute there. That was awesome. Oh goodness. Let's put that behind that one, like that. So that's what that's supposed to look like. And I sewed that in, of course. And then there's that one with the pocket. But I wanted to show you this cute little paper clip over here. I just used some leftover pieces from when I made this page smaller. I just used that edge that I tore off and a piece of the closure that I didn't use on one of the other ones. I just put that on the hanger. I just used, let me find it. I've got them sitting here. I just used these 7 Gypsies hanger clips in antique brass. That's what it is, antique brass. Not antique gold, antique brass. That color. So I used one of those little hangers and I just folded over these little flags. I just thought it was really cute and I thought I would show that to you. And then I had this underneath there. Remember, I used this piece here and stuck that there. And then there's the little keepsake envelope without the window. Oh, and here I used the little magnet thingy that my friend Becky did with my Southern Charm printable. So there's a magnet under there and there's a magnet in here. And it just sticks. That just makes me happy. That's sticking. And there's a label. And there's an extra one of those pockets. There's the extra pocket. I didn't show you how to cut that out, but I showed you how to cut the one out in the other printable. So I've just got some extra stuff in there. Oh, and then here, this is the back cover. And I tried the magnet again. I put it underneath this part, that flap there. And I put a magnet underneath the liner. I thought that was kind of cute. I was just playing around with magnets. I was feeling the magnet thing. So yeah, I wanted to show you those really quick before I finish up this project. Alright, so here I am. I've got most of everything is in here. I'm going to put on my front cover real quick with my antique brass binder rings, now that I know what they are, and my handmade antique brass eyelets. I'm going to do it this way. On there. Well, sometimes I just get too much of a hurry and things just don't go as smooth as they would. Alright. And since I punched holes in this pocket right here, the insert won't fit in there, so right now it's just empty. And here I took one of the journal pages and ripped it and glued it and made it a pocket and put one of those envelopes in here. There's one of the inserts for the smaller keepsake and then the insert for that envelope. I didn't even finish inking it. I guess I could put this other one in here. Where'd the insert go? There it is. Since it's been inked, I'll stick it in here. I already had some of these already made. So then that'll fit in there pretty nicely. And then there's one, oh, I put a photo mat right there on the back side of that pink paper, the one that was really too bright and printed off bad. See, this was a bad print too. I don't know what setting I had it on, but it did not print well at all. Either it was bad paper or wrong paper or wrong, I don't know. But for this one, on this envelope, I glued the top part down so that it opens like that. And then there's another liner page. Oh, and here I printed this on a transparency. Isn't that cool? So I just printed it off. Oh. I printed off the page that, let me find it, I'll show you. Yeah, it's right here. I know it is. Where's it at? Well, did I not show it to you? Uh-oh. I'm sure I did. Huh. Oh. Here it is. Found it. I was using it as, whoops, I was using it earlier, but it was upside down. I printed this page onto a transparency, and it looks pretty cool. So I've got two sides. I've got this side and the other side. So I kind of like that, just for a little something different. There's just another plain journaling page, and there's a pocket with the, I put the thing there. There's a little keepsake pocket. And notice everything is glued. Everything's double-sided. There's another magnet where I used one of the inserts since it was too big to go into the front pocket there. There's another page. See how much room there is for journaling? Like you could slap a photo there and write about it there. There's lots and lots of space. There's the pocket, a little extra pocket. And you see, even though I had to punch a hole through it, it's still, and there's one of the labels. It still worked out just fine. There's another, see how bright that is? That's the wrong color pink. It's not supposed to be that pink. There's the other side of that transparency. Yeah, pretty cool. There's another journaling page. Another page. There's another magnet. I was just having fun with the magnets. I wanted to see what I liked best, and I still don't know. I like it all. There's another page. And then there's the back cover. So that's it. Bye.